curse words and sarcasm were used in the making of this video. Jaime back with the Crafty Card Creations and Potty Mouth Crafters Society. I am starting by coloring my image today. I actually stamped this one out like a year and a half ago when I made a Father's Day card. And I never got around to doing the other Father's Day card with this one that same year, so I'm finally putting that already stamped out image to use. I'd love to tell you what its real name is. I'm fairly certain it is Grill Friend by Rachel Ann Miller, but it's an MFT set. So if you are interested, that's where that set can be found. I would tell you that's the real name of it, but I'm not positive because I have no fucking clue where it currently is located in my mess of a craft room. It's on my list of things to do. You know, right there with wrapping Christmas presents. That's what I'm supposed to be doing instead of doing voiceovers today. But I'm voicing over today. So I'm just coming in with my Ohuhu bullet nib markers, and I work darkest to lightest. It's faster for me to do it that way. I don't know, it saves one layer of coloring, I think. I try only to do one layer and not two layers just because it's coloring for a card. I don't usually worry about it too much. Above and beyond that, see, color blends. So color blends today, if you are interested in which colors I am using, I have color blends for my Ohuhu bullet nib markers up on my blog, inkyandscrappy.com. There's a side tab that says Ohuhu marker blends, and they will be listed there. I try to list both the old number system, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 system for their bullet nib or fine nib markers, and then I do have the full set. So on my newer ones, I try to list the newer and the older. And if I had the brush tips, I will also give the numbers for that one at that, in my little blending charts. I am working on doing a full color chart swatch over for both the brush and the fine nib. It's in progress. Hopefully next year I will get it completed. I came in with a Fawn Snowflake stencil and just kind of stenciled some white pigment over the top. I did not wait for my pigment to dry. I was fine with it not drying. I knew what I was doing. I knew it was going to be a hot mess. And so I was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to stamp my letters already on top of it. I didn't want to stamp, how shall I put this? I didn't want to heat set my pigmented ink with a clear embossing powder before I put the words on there, because once you put that clear embossing powder, it'll F up your text. And so I waited, and then I just did it all at once. So some of it stuck to, I think it actually stuck really well to the snowflakes yet. So that, I think I was using Yeti pigment ink from Hero Arts. It stayed wet for a very long time. I didn't go over it with my powder bag like I was supposed to, so I'm sure there's probably some over embossing powder, but it's clear. It's not a big deal, Yeah. And it really didn't turn out white. It kind of looks bluish on my finished card. Weird, but whatever. So I'm using some papers from, I think this is Blvd. It's an old paper pack, 6x6. It's in my stash. So it's Christmassy colors. So I used it. And of course, when you don't totally heat set the whole thing, you have to come back with the heat gun to make sure it's all melty. I'm just going to pop my image on there and my girl. Now, for my girl, I decided, because the sentiment says coal, I decided to do a couple of, I want to say the little coal pieces here are actually the rocks from one of the other Ink Road stamp sets, and I do not know which one that is off the top of my head. So the other one comes from Ink Roadies 35. This one I want to say comes from one after that, or right before it. One that has all the images on the side. So I want to say it's the one that says rock bottom. So what's your birthstone? Rock bottom. And the little rocks are on that one. That's where I got my coal from. So I'm going to pop that onto a card base. just a regular A2 card front base. And then I'm going to come in with that other sentiment for the inside. That reads, Christmas is so much harder when you're older. It's like, what do you want this year? I don't know. Maybe a sense of purpose, financial security, could use more sleep, a bottle of wine, and maybe some new bras. I could probably use almost all of that. And how about a little bit of sanity when we go with it? You know, that would help too. It's that time of year when regular depression turns into, when seasonal depression turns into extra spicy seasonal depression. Yeah, it's happening. So there is my completed snarky Christmas card. This one is going to my baby brother because, you know, it's one that I would have mailed to my father. So, have a great Christmas or a tolerable Christmas, however you do the holiday season, and just know it's, you know, it's one day. It'll be, you know, better. Possibly, hopefully, all of those.